Welcome to NEXTGames' peculiar NM video on NMs 8 and 9. Now we have two new NMs that were released this month, paired with two new Voracious Resurgence quests. Truthfully, these two quests are far more challenging than the NMs, so I'm going to spend a bit of time here at the start walking you through how to finish the harder parts of those quests before going over the two NMs. First, you want to go to the auction house and purchase a Lumini cloth. Now, these are relatively inexpensive a few days ago, but of course, the sudden release of this quest has made the price spike on most servers. Now, I do recommend buying it, as otherwise you're going to have to go farm it, and it can be quite difficult, as it only drops in two locations. The first is a very rare drop rate off the Katu in Abysia Khan Highlands. The second location you can get it is a rare drop off the horrific boot spawns in Outer Rock Kaznar. The problem is there's only 3 horrific boot spawns, and with it being a rare drop, it could take you quite some time, and of course, as anyone else is farming the area as well, it's going to be even more challenging. Hence why I suggest you just go ahead and spend what looks to be right now about 1 to 200k for this Lumini cloth. Now once we have that Lumini cloth, we now need to farm 2 items that cannot be purchased off the auction house. The first is the Spectral Crimson that can be farmed in 2 places. The first is Misirus Coast at J11, near the campfire that is there. The second is in Luface Meadows at J6, and that's where you see me here. Now the farmer will only spawn at night, and the only farmer that drop this are the ones of Bard, Paladin, and Red Mage, so if other farmer are in these locations, you still want to kill them in hopes that one of those 3 jobs will spawn in their place. Go ahead and keep killing these farmer until you actually get this Spectral Crimson drop, and then we will move on to the second drop, which is the Spectral Golden Rod. This can be obtained by farming mobs in 2 locations as well. The first, and the place that you're seeing here, is Kuftal Tunnel, just inside the main entrance. All you want to do is hug the left wall once you enter, and it'll bring you right to the haunts that drop this item. Now you can also head to Ulagard Range near K7 to kill the 3 Sri app spawns that can spawn there. Now, since there's only 3 spawns, again, it's going to be very difficult for you to get the drop, especially if there's anyone else there trying to farm them. Now, once you have all 3 items, head to Winder's Walls, where you will want to go to Shantoto's house and speak with her in Winder's Walls to trigger a very lengthy cutscene. Now, after that cutscene, trade those 3 items that we've collected to Shantoto for another lengthy cutscene, and to end this quest and receive the Sybil Scarf. Now, there is a lengthy after quest for this that involves talking with several NPCs all around the world of Vana'diel to restore the lost memories. However, that has no bearing on the peculiar NMs, so I'm not going to be going over that in this video, but know that there is some additional questing to be done for this quest if you choose to do so. Next, we're going to move on to the final quest we need to do in order to unlock the peculiar NMs, and this is Altinia Burns Bright. Now in this quest, we want to speak with Halvor in the chateau, and then Rahal nearby to finish the start of the quest. We then want to grab some pickaxes and head to Ifrits Cauldron. Now I did this yesterday, so I just ran around for about 30 minutes until I found a mining point that gave me the key item. But today there's some more information out there about which specific locations in Ifrits Cauldron drop this key item. Now there are 6 correct mining points that have all been reported to give you your key item on the first mine. They are Map 1 at G8, Map 3 at J7 and F7, Map 4 at F7, Map 5 at G8, and Map 7 at I-10. So I would focus on checking those specific spots, as it will be located at one of them. Now once you have the key item, head back to Halvor to finish the quest and get your Elite Royal Collar. We can now go speak with Elijah in Upper Juno to unlock access to the new peculiar NMs. Now to get to the first one, we simply need to head to Rezenma and go to Ethereal Ingress number 9. Here, we can spawn the Hydra. Now my deepest apologies, but something happened with the video that I took of this, and it just says that it's corrupt now when I try and include it in the video, so I'm unable to show my battle example. But I can say, it was very uneventful. It lasted about 30 seconds in its entirety in regards to the fight, and only one TP move was used, which was Barrowfield. Now I assume the bulwarks can be used, and that could potentially slow down your fight, but otherwise this looked to be one of the easier ones in my initial brief fight of this. I'll be sure to include an example next month when I get to take it on again. Now let's move on to the 9th NM, which thankfully I do have a battle example for. Now to get to this one, you actually want to use the Unity Warp to Western Altepa Desert and head to just north of Altepa Gate to see the spawn location. Here, we will fight a behemoth, and while I didn't have too many problems with him, I can see how he may pose a challenge for lesser geared players or non-DD players, so don't underestimate him. He also seemed to have some kind of mechanic that relates to the comments that he pops in the log, but I was unable to determine the effect that these comments were having to my fight in this brief example. I'm sure more information will come out as the weeks progress. He did use Meteor, but it only hit my trust for about 700 and me for far less. He also seems to have a bit more hit points than most of the other peculiar NMs, so keep this in mind as well. Let's go ahead and see how the rest of this fight goes. Now that's going to be it for the Peculiar NM update video. I hope you found that helpful. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Stay safe and stay healthy out there.